And welcome back. So, there we go. It's time for instant puberty. Puberty. Like, seriously. Pull out a sword, wake up as an adult. Excellent work. Need to play through Skyward Sword at some point too. I bought it the HD version on Switch. I just haven't beat the first temple. But yeah. So back in March of 2022 when COVID first started, I kinda knew immediately that it wasn't going to, like, flattening the curve just wasn't going to happen. There's too many anti-vaxxers even before then. And now we're winning, like, athletes representing Canada. Have won in the Olympics, and they're wearing KN94 masks, I believe it was. And even Russia is having to wear masks too, and we've got these people who complain about how they can't breathe. It's just freaky to me. Like, I've never had any real issues with it. And then one of my roommates seems to want to refuse to wear his mask properly, and I know he's just doing it to get a reaction as much as he tries to say, well, doesn't like people reacting to shit, like make an excuse about how if I'm only inhaling through my nose and breathing out through my mouth, why should I have to cover my nose? Because sort of the whole thing is you don't know that you're going to end up in a situation where you lose control of how you're breathing properly, especially if something random happens. It's all just to deal with probabilities. Any sort of exhale through your nose is going to spread out because of the way air works. So, stupid little things like that where it's like people aren't thinking, but plus, it's like, how is someone supposed to know that's what you're doing? Again, it's just creating scenarios to complain about how people rightfully react after, but so many people are like this that it just didn't surprise me for a second when we inevitably couldn't flatten the curve. So, chic. Remember when I was younger and learning Samus was a girl? I actually learned that from Smash Bros. When I was taking a look at what all the characters looked like when they were hit by Pikachu's Thunderbolt, and I noticed that Samus had a female figure. I never knew that until then. I'd never played the games other than Metroid Prime, but yeah. I think at the end of the SNES version, you find out she's female as well. Finally get to see all the damage Ganondorf is amounted. I remember hating these things growing up. Used to have a lot of trouble with them. Especially in the other areas where they can lock you. And last night I had trouble sleeping, thinking about stuff. piecing together things that I've been told and realizing the dark truth of a blog post would have gone up a while ago. I realized a long time ago almost everyone seems to believe they're special, seems to believe they're somehow a god or have supernatural powers. I did interviews for a programming job a while back, and the hiring manager actually remarked to me about how he doesn't feel like he's human, and I've felt like that too before, but it's not appropriate to say in that environment. Like, the differences between people in this day and age where, like, I know having computer skills is just night and day with how I interact with computers compared to some other people. Not even sure what I have to do, honestly. Oh, I think I have to go to the forest. Oh. Yeah, and then get the hookshot, and then the forest. But yeah. Like, I have custom browser extensions, I write scripts to do file renaming for me. I love Node.js. It's my go-to for little one-time scripts. I'll even just write out a script in the command processor in it. Not even have to write a index file. Don't honestly remember which one of these. I think it's over here, though. It's probably the opposite way I'm going. There we go. Dempe. The groundskeeper. Hopefully I'd do this in the first go. Actually very surprised I'm remembering this much of this game. For some reason I thought it was further down than that, though. But yeah, just realizing, like, especially being raised in a abusive household, how many people seem to believe that they've got some intuition that they don't have, and they use it to justify doing things because they use it to convince themselves that they've been wronged or that they have special information, and how weirdly common it is. There's no desire to try and look up or analyze relevant data to record and understand the scenario. There's just, I know I'm right, I know you're wrong, and that's how a lot of people are forced to sort of play the game. As much as then you end up in a scenario where someone will say something stupid like, what do you think, this is a game? But that's all just projection. Everyone understands on the most basic levels that almost everything we do is gamified. There's always going to be aspects like that. You can try all you want to stick to bare facts, and there's still going to be scenarios where you find out later that someone in their head has played a game with their own subconscious, figured out a way to convince themselves that what they're doing is just or right. What song was that? Song of Time. There we go. At the end of the day, it's just a matter of figuring out what actually happened, trying to figure out who was actually right. So, interesting fact about the little blocks that just moved. When you play the Song of Time, those would now, if I returned to child form back 10 years ago or whatever it is, that block would then appear as a child. The developers, like, there's a lot of nuances like that which could be used to infer a lot of different information about the story and the mechanics that I never knew. And if I talk to him while I'm holding this, yeah. Do-do-do, do-do-do. Another one of my absolute favorite songs. Song of Storms. Yeah, one of the things I've learned from arguing with people is it's just easier to ignore certain accusations because it's only baiting. What's relevant is the substance of the argument, anything that can be demonstrated. Nothing else really matters. I believe this is the beginning of the trading quest. I don't even remember who I have to give that to. And I honestly, I know I've mentioned this, but I like Twitter the most for debating, especially since I can make multiple threads. Sometimes I'll encounter someone who just shotguns different arguments in a single tweet, or at least misinformation all over the place, and I can make individual replies to each little thing, splitting it out into different threads. Which, I've only had to do a few times so far, but kind of prefer that, because then you can tackle each thing individually more succinctly. But anyway, thank you for watching.